Welcome to the Shoulder Strikes MMA Podcast. You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box. Welcome to the Shoulder Strikes MMA Podcast. You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Shoulder Strikes MMA Podcast, brought to you by the Hot Take Hot Box. My name is Matt McSweeney. I am joined by Ty Capone. We are here fresh for a UFC Noche card that's coming up this weekend, which I got to be honest, Ty, this doesn't make much sense to me. They're still in Las Vegas. They're just calling it UFC Noche. I don't get it, but
I think they were supposed to be in Mexico, right? That was the plan, but they couldn't I guess, figure out a schedule or a time and a venue, I guess.
But we're here. We have a whole card. Elise Reed is almost on the main card, so that just goes to show you what we have going on here.
Terrence Mitchell is on the main card.
Yeah, Alaska's finest is on here. This is a really bad card, if we're thinking about it. But there's always
for a fight night. I guess I'll say it's not bad.
Exactly. It seems like it's bigger because they have the title fight, but it's really not. Right. It's just the top two, and then there's just kind of filth. And your boy Raul Rosas Jr., I know you said he was going to be champion by this time next year. So
by 19, yeah, I said, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get into all of it. We're going to start off first. First of all, I should say, Ty, how you feeling? How you feeling today on this beautiful Friday? What's it like down there in the Pete's?
It was pouring earlier. Oh, sun's out, so all is normal. I guess from pouring to sunny.
There you go.
Still hot. I'm waiting for it to chill out to 80s, 70s, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. It might just keep getting hotter until we all burn. So
something I forgot to talk about last week was why Carlos. I don't know why this just came into my brain, but why Carlos Ulberg was calling out Dominic Reyes. That is so random and disrespectful. But
it's like, of all people, the guy who literally doesn't fight anymore, retired, and the last time we saw him, he was getting put out by a jab, cold.
Bad, too, and I don't know why I went into that, but how about this, baby? UFC Noche, we got 11 fights. We start off with a title rematch. Alexa Grasso. Yeah, that is insane. I don't know. I think it just popped up on my screen earlier today, and I was like, wait, what?
It's like if somebody's just like, yo, Diego Sanchez, I want you tomorrow.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what? Because he's like, oh, he has a number. I want his number. I'm like, dude, that's...
Bro, he has a phone number, maybe. Yeah. That ranking, if he has next to his name, is about to be obsolete.
It means nothing. That's going to be just a blank space pretty soon, so...
Yeah, we're the T-Swift.
Shout out T-Swift. Valentina Shevchenko. Getting her title rematch, it was kind of an even fight the first time, I'd say. I've seen a lot of people going back and forth. I think, people have said Alexa Grasso was getting the better of her on the feet. Shevchenko was definitely controlling her. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it felt like an even fight, especially when I went back and watched it. But I remember I had Shevchenko that night. She was a big-time favorite. She is not so much this time around. She's minus 166, minus 175, 170 to Alexa Grasso's plus 140, 145. I don't really see a ton. I mean, other than betting Alexa Grasso money line, it's just this is a very razor-thin sort of situation here. And I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts first before I go real in-depth. I just would say I am a little alarmed. Valentina is talking about how this is the only thing that matters to her. I mean, anytime she talks before a fight, I get fired up because it's just all such a warrior mentality. I'm going in there to lay my life on the line. And Alexa Grasso is just like, yeah, I'm just going to, do what I do and take care of business. And I'm Alexa Grasso, man. Her given name is Karen Alexa Grasso Montes. So,
well, there you go.
Whatever that is. But Ty, I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts on this whole thing.
Also, what are your thoughts on getting Mr. Diamante to come do UFC for one night? I think they should do that.
That would be sweet. I'm sure he's expensive though. He's probably got a Canelo birthday party that he has to introduce or something like that.
I was he has to bring Canelo with him just to say his name and that's it.
So
I think I just rewatched the first fight and I thought, looking back, it was 3-1 Valentina, and she was probably winning the fourth, or it's 2-1, probably winning the fourth, making it 3-1. But I don't know, it was kind of close. I feel like, the takedowns definitely nullified some of the progress Grasso was making, some of the success she had, but she did really well on the feet, man. And I thought in that fourth round, Valentina just started to slow down and look a little bit labored, and she's not getting any younger. She's actually getting older. So, and we just saw with Izzy looking slow, just not even technical, didn't even really want to go for it. Kind of just looked like didn't want to be there. He had the belt for a long time. Valentina had the belt for a long time. And how many times do fighters lose the belt and then get it right back? Not often. I remember hearing or seeing a stat. I completely forget what it was, but there's not really many times that happens. So, combine that with her getting older, wearing down. I feel like her cardio is, if anything, is just going to get worse as she gets older. Same with her skill set in general. And her last two performances were probably her two worst of her career against Tyler. A lot of people thought Tyler won that fight, and even in a close loss, she had a fucked up eye badly. She broke her orbital, and she still almost won. That was really tough, And I think Valentina has, outside of a close fight with two really good fighters, I think she hasn't looked that good. I think she still has some, her kickboxing's still good, but I feel like her movement isn't what it was. I feel like she kind of stands still, and her reaction time, her movement in general is kind of slowing down. Maybe, in a minor way, but I feel like I can notice it. I feel like a lot of people can notice it. She's probably the much better wrestler. I know Alexa's working on her takedown defense, but it's still only 61%. And Valentina's obviously, I don't know if she's much stronger, but I feel like she is a little bit stronger. Grasso has sneaky strength because she kind of looks, she's a pretty girl, and she kind of looks like, she's not cut up, she's not jacked. Valentina is very muscular, and Grasso's not, but Alexa is pretty strong. She took Valentina down in the first round. They didn't count it as a takedown, but she shot a blast double, got her down, and she got right back up. But I think Grasso has some sneaky strength here, so I kind of think, kind of like what you said to me, razor close. I love Grasso's jab. I think ever since that Carla loss, she's just been steadily improving. I think she's probably got the cleaner striking with the hands. She throws some kicks, not many. I kind of wish she would throw more, but her striking defense, I love a lot. She keeps her hands up, high and tight. She moves really well. She switches stances really well. Yeah, switches. She switches stances really well. And good. She has good feints, good distance control. She mixes. She shows a lot of different looks and kind of makes it tough for Valentina to get going. Really, she kind of turns Valentina into a counter striker. And I think if Valentina wants to win this fight, win rounds, and secure a win, she's going to have to go forward a little bit more. Throw more. Keep going with the leg kick heavy approach, but maybe mix it up. Maybe throw some push kicks. Maybe throw some teeps. Maybe go high a couple more times. She's done it before. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, man, Alexa's so good technically, defensively, and offensively. She's training with a great group of people. She's 30. This is her prime, man. This is her time to be the best fighter possible, the best version of herself. And I don't think this is the best version of Valentina. So I think, I'll end that monologue with my pick and my bet. And I got Alexa Grasso money line is my bet. And I think she's going to win decision. I would love to bet her by decision, but I feel like, maybe she submits her again because she kind of got that in quick last fight. I know it was kind of a fluke, but she got that shit in very, very quickly. And, it wasn't even under the neck right away, but she worked her way under. And, yeah, man, very, very impressive. I don't think she could hurt her, but dude, she was stinging her. I don't think she could knock her out, but she can definitely hurt her. She was stinging her in the first fight, in the first round with quick 1-2s, kind of throwing the jab out there as a, distractor. And she comes in with a very short, but quick straight left that hurt her multiple times. Busted her nose up in the first round. So yeah, I think she's going to be able to win rounds. I really, again, want to take her by decision straight up, but I'm just going to take her money line. I missed out earlier in the week, plus 170. So that's where my heart and brain are at. And I would love to hear what you have to say, because I think we're very aligned.
We were. And
oh no, you switched up on me.
I did.
Don't let the words fool you. All right.
And the words have always fooled me with Shevchenko. She gets me fired up before these fights.
Yeah, she's pretty terrifying.
But it's not even really. I kind of a bet that I really like this week is that fight to go to decision. minus 130, which is I think it's a pretty good number.
That's all. Yeah, that should be
a ladies' fight. It's like it should be minus 200. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to put that on the card. So you're going to bet that as well.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I could see one of them winning or losing a split. Like if you were to have good odds on one of them winning by split, I co-sign that 100%. Even though it's obviously a very tough bet to make, but yeah, it's gonna be fucking razor close, man. They're both, I don't think Valentina is gonna make some of the mistakes she made earlier. I think Grasso is gonna be a little bit better and sharper. I think her takedown defense is gonna be a little bit better. I hope she sprawls a little bit more and doesn't just kind of accept bottom position, But yeah, I like that a lot.
And for my other bet, unfortunately, we're going to be on the opposite side of this. I'm going to go Shevchenko decision plus 160. And
wow.
I think she's just going to. I think it's going to be a wrestle fest. I think she's prepared for it. She's going to go into there and just do. And you know what though? No, I'm not going to take. I'm not going to take either side here because I don't feel
taking
good.
It over. I like it.
I'm just going to take that fight, go to decision. Take the minus 130 and get out of there because it's not. I'll probably just let you know. I probably will bet that off the card, but I don't feel good about this either way because you don't know. You don't know if you're counting on Shevchenko kind of like falling off a little bit and that being the new norm for her, but it's also possible that could have just been a blip in the radar and like one mistake that she probably would have been cruising or not even cruise, but she probably would have won a 3-2 decision, right? It just very close.
Yeah,
but I could also see,
you never know.
I don't want to lose both because I could also see Grasso hurting her and getting her out of there, or I could see Shevchenko, holding her down and then just maybe hitting her with that crucifix like she hits the people, like she likes to go for, and just getting her out of there. So I'll go fight goes decision minus 130, and I will keep it moving. That hurts that I don't have like a real play, but that's. I mean, I didn't know it was gonna be minus 130. I'll take that any day of the week.
Fair.
How about Kevin Holland, Jack Della Maddalena, man? This is a nice little
I love
fight
this
here.
fight.
Jack Della needs a big performance after his last time out. He went the distance with Basil Hafez, who...
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You probably out there have no idea who that is, but that's just a guy who was a late replacement black belt who he tried to keep guillotining as he was getting taken down. Made no sense at all, but what are you going to do? He's fighting Kevin Holland, who... Kevin Holland's coming off of I believe, a Darce choke of... Mike Chiesa, is that the correct terminology here? Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, Chiesa said, "Yeah, he might be able to darce me," and then he got darced.
Yeah, and that is seems like the most predictable thing going back now. But
unless he bet on it, you never know.
Jack Della is a minus 155 favorite, as low as 145. But it seems like the books are kind of aligned on this one too. Kevin Holland's plus 125, 120. I gotta say, Ty, this seems like a Kevin Holland fight. Honestly, this seems like a perfect matchup for him.
Yep. I agree. When's the last time he won a decision? Kevin Holland. It's been a long...
Oh, yeah.
Long...
He won Darren against the Dentist 2020
Yep. Right. Okay.
Covington
and
Woodley. Yeah, I mean...
Before that was GM3 and DiHerico. Notice that it's only a couple of years, but how many fights ago was this? I mean, he's been through the kill. So he's fought the best of the best. Charlie Ontiveros, remember him? No, but for real though, dude, he's fought so much.
That just got me so bad. I was like, wait, I was like Charlie Ontiveros. He stinks, dude. Which he does, the American bad boy.
Yeah. The ultimate best, the ultimate hammer, good hammer, not a good nail. Like the epitome of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he went 4 rounds with Wonder Boy. He went almost 3 rounds with Pons. He fought Chimaev. I mean, obviously not going to win that one, but I think he has much more experience, which is obvious. I think he's much more athletic. He for all his fight IQ, people that have come at him for his fight IQ, all his critics, obviously both of us have seen it many times. JDM has done the same thing. Like he's shot for guillotines in multiple fights, I believe, right? It wasn't just Hafez.
No,
but even if it was, it was multiple times against a black belt. Like if he does that against Kevin Holland's going to pull his head out and fucking kill him from the top. I think Holland has all of the grappling and wrestling advantage. Now, he doesn't really go for takedowns. That's my only issue. Like, if he did, I feel like he'd be minus, something if he was more willing to go for a takedown or grapple. But even then, man, like, he's never been knocked down in the UFC ever in 20 fights, I think. So he's very durable. Like, I think JDM has awesome pocket boxing. I think he's got elite pocket boxing. But, like, other than that, what does he really have? Like, doesn't really have great kicks. He gets hit. Honestly, he gets hit a lot. Basile Hafez was hitting him. This is not a guy who was, like, noted to have good striking. He was noted to have amazing jiu-jitsu, and he's tough, and he was on the regional scene, trains with some good guys. But he was cracking JDM. And I don't know, man. Like, short notice is tough for both guys, but still, man, like, it's something I've noticed in JDM's career in general. So I think I don't know, man.
8-inch reach advantage for Holland as well. I think that needs to be pointed out.
Yeah, 4-inch height advantage. Like, he's going to have he's looking down on him. He's got he knows how to use his reach. He knows how to use his distance. Like, is JDM going to fucking dart in and get inside and, fight in a phone booth? Like, that's going to be really tough to do against somebody like Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland moves, like, insanely quick, like a goddamn flyweight, especially in the first round, Like, I just don't think he's going to have that kind of success against Kevin Holland. I mean, he can definitely clip Kevin Holland. He can definitely, if Kevin Holland wants to just stand there and trade punches, that might not end well. Also, JDM goes to the body very well. I think that's going to be the big key for him because he's so, he's got a reach disadvantage, a height disadvantage. I would love for him to throw kicks, but sadly, Kevin Holland's got nasty side kicks, nasty head kicks, nasty push kicks. Like, he has so many tools in his arsenal, so many. And, we've been waiting for JDM to, get exposed. Ramazan Ameev almost had him in that, was it an arm triangle, I think, or some guillotine? He had something. He almost choked him out. And then Basile Hafez took him to a split, and a lot of people thought he won.
Yeah.
Angelusa, remember in his debut, he went on the Contender Series, went to a distance with Angelusa. Nobody really knew who Angelusa was. So, like, we've seen JDM get, hit by an iceberg, right? Water is starting to fill up, but he hasn't been sunk yet. I think Kevin Holland's going to sink him, man. I think I could see it go in the distance somehow. I want to think this is going to be a war. But I think maybe Holland can, I don't know. What do you?
I guess
I want you to put me in a good direction. I got Holland money line though.
You going to put that on the card?
Yeah, but I kind of want to. I was thinking about inside the distance or some kind of prop, but I want to see what you think.
I'm here to tell you that the inside the distance is going to be the move, and that's the reason for that. Is that like I said, that 8-inch reach advantage, 4-inch height advantage. In order for Jack Della Maddalena to hit him, he's going to have to enter that danger zone. And he's either going to get hit with one of those counter rights, because Holland is very accurate, it seems, with his hands. Very quick. And I could see.
Is he better everywhere?
I think like technical boxing, like you said, probably Jack Della. But Jack Della doesn't have great defense. That's been a big concern. And I don't like Jack Della's, strength of schedule. I mean, you go through some of the guys that he's knocked out. It's like Randy Brown with a rear naked, Danny Hot Chocolate Roberts, Ameev, like you said, and Pete Rodriguez.
Your boy.
Yeah, P-Rod.
P-Rod.
Nobody really, these aren't really, world beaters. I mean, he has a win against Kevin Josette. I mean, that actually might be his biggest win on the the record. But
right.
But seriously, I don't see. I mean, Kevin Holland has fought everyone, and he'll fight anyone, anytime, any place. If the weight is on point. Like, if he doesn't look like he's, completely sucked out, and I know the last time he said he was going to go up to 185, I guess that just goes to show you can't believe anything that he says. It was a month ago. I think that's, a month and a half. I think it's plenty of time to recover, be ready to go. And as long as he's on weight, looks good, I think it's inside the distance. And I think it could be submission. I'm not sure. But I could see maybe Jack Della getting hurt and kind of just like instinctually kind of just shooting for a takedown or something like that and getting, Darst or anything like that. Was this fight supposed to be somebody else, or was just these guys just kind of late just needed a little bit of spark on this card and they added these guys, right? That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I don't think it was supposed to be anybody else. Maybe they were on a different card, but honestly, I don't think so. I think this.
It looks.
Oh, here's the problem. Jack Della. You know, there was all this anticipation. Jack Della was going to be on the Australia card, but they're like, honestly, nobody knows who you are or cares about you, so we're not going to put you on there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Kevin Holland inside the distance plus 250. That's
All right,
my play.
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna follow you with that. I was going to do money line, but like I don't see how this goes the distance. Honestly, like the more I look at it, you know, I feel like he's going to smoke him. I feel like he's going to hit him and hurt him. Like if there's any point that they clinch up or grab a hold of each other, I have to imagine that Jack Della's fucked. You know, like long man chokes, just the strength, the technique. I mean, he's a black belt, and he's does Chiesa submit Jack Della given an opportunity? Absolutely. So, I'm with you. I'm going to tail that.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a good play. It's just a good value, and I said the last time he fought that if he stays at 170, there's pretty much anybody outside the top 3 or 4 or 5 I don't think beats him, and I don't think Jack Della's on that level. Not yet, at least. Nope. He hasn't shown me that he is. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to be pretty confident about it.
Let's go.
Raul Rosas Jr. He needs a big win after. I'm still so mad at myself that I didn't play that Christian Rodriguez because it just...
That was the mega whale play.
Yeah, you could feel that was like a bad matchup because this Raul Rosas, he needed to be humbled a little bit, and he's not exactly the most high IQ guy. I mean, he's younger, so what's his nickname now? El Nino Problema.
I believe you gave him the nickname Mexican Quagmire.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you said?
I don't think so. That's a crazy-ass nickname, though. A win against Jay Perrin won't exactly make you the champion. So he's fighting, though. They gave him another layup, or not another one. But, well, I guess, yeah, Jay Perrin was a layup. But he's fighting Terror Bear. That's Terrence Mitchell to all you out there. That's an insane nickname, by the way. I can't believe that's his fucking nickname.
Losing in the way he lost to Cameron Simon, and then being like, you know what I need? I need a new nickname.
What was his nickname last time?
Bear. He didn't have one.
Yeah, and between this fight and the last fight, they said this is the
focal
move.
point. The focal point of their training camp was like, "Yo, you need a nickname, Terror Bear, bro. You're 33. The fuck?
What are you Terror Bearing it up?" So
yeah,
there's not really anything to bet here. Like I said, minus 800 to Terrence Mitchell's plus 550. I think Terrence Mitchell loses this fight. I just don't know how.
Yeah. I feel like that's a pretty confident take there. I guess I see Rosas round 1 sub at minus 150. That's not too bad. You know, I mean, if you look at one guy later down in the card, his like first round knockouts like minus 250. It's like, all right, now I really have nothing to bet. I feel like round 1 sub for Rosas. I mean, dude, Terrence Mitchell's bad. Like this guy sucks. I rewatched the fight with Kai Kara France. He was on the Ultimate Fighter, and Kai Kara France just, I mean, eliminated him within 30 seconds. And it was just, you know, it was a while ago. I'm sure this guy's gotten better, but like, you know, has he gotten better fighting the 4-2, 4-3, and 4-4 guys in Alaska? You know, anytime you hear Bruce Buffer say fighting out of Anchorage, Alaska, automatic fade. You got to try to pull up any kind of account that lets you live bet or before it starts to bet against it. Whoever that fighter is, just saying. That's our number 1 rule of thumb on this.
Oh, without question. Euros is number 1. I mean, he's kind of turned. He's had a couple.
Yeah. He might be the exception. He might be the outlier, but
he's not born and raised though. It's a little bit different when you're born and raised.
Yeah, he's Serbian. Those are different folks. Terrence Mitchell is just. I mean, dude, he's old. He's long. Like he has that going for him. Like I can see why he has a bunch of submissions on his record. But like, dude, he's just fought nobody. So. Like Rosas, what he does is pretty much, you know, he just doesn't really try to set it up. He just tries to grab you and take you down. You know, I think that's obviously I don't know if he'll really ever have functional striking. You know, I know he's 18. You know, it's like saying I don't think this 14-year-old basketball player will ever get a jump shot. But you know, people said that about Ben Simmons. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll ever be able to get like a formidable jab box. You know, decent little kickbox approach to set up his takedowns. Like I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong. Like, you know, if he's still in the UFC in 7 years, I'd be very surprised. But maybe. So like if it stays standing, I feel like Mitchell's probably the better striker. But even then, he doesn't have good takedown defense at all. He doesn't. He gets reversed. If he gets in any kind of good position here, he's going to get flipped right back. Like it's going to end quick. I think Rosas has a bunch of first round subs. Not a bunch. He only has a couple, but that's pretty much his method of victory. Mostly first round subs. I think he's going to do it quick work. So that's my bet here. First round sub -150. If that's the number that I see, I could be wrong.
So let me run something by you first before you take that. Does it alarm you at all that Terrence Mitchell in his illustrious career has never been subbed?
No.
Okay. Does TKO plus like 300 for Rosas intrigue you at all?
No.
No, you don't.
He averages like less than one significant strike per 15 minutes. But that I'm good.
It's more about the groundwork. It's obviously going to happen on the ground. It just depends.
I guess the problem is all he does is try to
he just tries to rear naked choke people. Yeah, you're right though. I would love.
But once he gets the back, you're fucked. I think it's bumpy roads to get to the back, but that's all he wants to do. That's all he wants to do. Like he's been reversed before, just because he's so eager to pass and get to the back. Maybe he lands some strikes to soften Mitchell up, but when Cameron Simon had him, I believe he had him mount it from the back, and he had Mitchell flattened out on his stomach, and he didn't go for the rear naked choke. Instead, he just grounded him in the dust, and the guy he just laid there. Mitchell did. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to get up or block. He just turtled up flat on his stomach. That's like beginner shit. And he's 33 with a bunch of fights. Yeah, he's going to get smoked here. I think Mitchell Rosas should just take him down early. Maybe it's a weird kind of scramble, but because Mitchell's athletic, but it's not going to matter.
I think I'm with you. I think I'm going to go round one sub for Rosas Jr. I think you're right though, because I'm remembering all these different fights that he could have, TKO to Jay Perrin, but he just was hunting that submission the entire time. And or he could have Mando Gutierrez, like he could have
your boy.
Yeah, my boy Mando, man, El Toro. He wasn't as bad. That was a pretty good contender series fight.
He fought Cody Gibson, right?
He did.
Yeah, so nothing wrong with that.
I mean, Cody Gibson's a fucking sicko. All those guys. That Ultimate Fighter season was a setup. I mean, now that I look back at it, it really was. It's just
it was a setup to get some young guys fucking hurt.
Yeah, I don't get why they would never give those. I mean, I guess if you're gonna be ready for the UFC, then you have to beat some of these guys. So of course, the only guy to lose is Hunter Azure. It's a tough break for that guy. But how about So we were both going round one sub. I like that. The TKO is intriguing. It's just I can't count on that happening, or it's just it's such a shot in the dark.
The guy was 0-2, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, and this guy, I could see this also just being this could be boring. It could be boring where Mitchell's defense is really sound, and it's just like he's getting taken down, but he's not like letting him advance position. He's just kind of sitting on his back, like. I don't know. It depends. Maybe Rosas. You mentioned he's 18 years old. You don't know what kind of advancements he could have even made in these last 4 or 5 months that he's been out. So who knows? That was the Adesanya card, right? So we got Daniel Zellhuber, Christos Gallegos. Crazy that Gallegos is getting back in there. When was the last time we saw him? Ricky Glenn. Oh, he got eliminated.
He smoked him.
He got eliminated by Ricky Glenn.
No, he
eliminated Ricky Glenn. That's right. Oh, my God. That's right. People were getting eliminated all night that night.
Yeah.
Pavlovich.
Elimination zone.
Yeah, it was an elimination night. Bobby Green, Jared Gordon with the headbutts. Semmelsberger. All right, I'm not going to keep going through this whole card. That's right. I mixed it up. I thought Ricky Glenn eliminated, but hey, sometimes I get confused whether he's Rick Glenn or Ricky Glenn. He goes back and forth, but what do we have here? We got Gallegos.
That was like the first Gallegos knockout in forever.
Yeah, I think I definitely had Ricky Glenn, so that's what I'm sitting here thinking about that. I'm like, God damn it, dude. Gallegos, he's got 30 fights, man. So he's going to have the experience, but he's plus 235, 240 here to Zellhuber's minus 275. Zellhuber coming off of right? Is it the last fight, the disappointing performance? No, okay, he had a Venata fight, but yeah, I mean, they both were kind of disappointing, honestly. That Trey Ogden loss was bad.
Up. That was really bad. I bet on him.
Yeah, I think we both did.
Brutal.
Do you like anything here? I don't know if I like either one of these guys or trust. I don't know if I trust Zellhuber to make me money.
Yeah, I mean, in Giagos' last fight, he did something he hadn't done in forever. Quick early knockout of Ricky Glenn, and the last time we saw Zellhuber, or I guess his debut, he pulled a stunt. I mean, honestly, debut stunts happen. Look at Tyler Santos when she lost to Mauro Romero Barella. I think that was her name. It happens. The problem is, like, I can see that Zellhuber's I can see him being a fraud. You know, when he has the nickname Golden Boy, I'm like, oh man, you're not Oscar De La Hoya, brother. Like, I know they want to like market him as this, next star. He's huge and long for 155. I think 6 foot, 6'1", 77-inch reach. So like, he's young. He has some pretty good boxing. He's at Extreme Couture, so he's with some good people. I think this is his time to shine, honestly, after the stunt and after he knocked Lando down, but he couldn't finish him, and then he kind of, I think, maybe lost the third round. This is his fight. This is the fight for him to really, put himself on the scene as a emerging Mexican prospect. Again, 24. He's got good straight left, good speed. When he goes for it, he looks good. It's just sometimes he doesn't, and that just I think it turned me off a lot from him. I want to see him. I want to just sit back and watch his performance, I guess, is what I'm saying. I'm not going to bet anything here. I think he should roll. Like, Giagos is smaller. He's older. He might have the grappling advantage. Might have it if he goes for it, but he doesn't really go for it. So, we have a lot of question marks, I think, in this fight. So I'm going to stay away. I got Zellhuber by maybe decision, maybe a late knockout. Because Giagos, again, he is getting older. So, and he's fought, like you said, he's 6-6 in UFC. Very hard to go 500 in the UFC. So this might be the fight for him to go under that mark. So yeah, give me Zellhuber, maybe decision. I'm not really sure how he gets it done yet.
So you're not keeping it on the card though?
No.
I'm gonna go Zellhuber TKO plus 270. That's too fat of a number. Right. I just like you said, Gallegos, not exactly not old, but not young, and. He's gonna, Zellhuber is gonna have that reach advantage, and I think he needs a statement. He needs a big win, and I'm a big Extreme Couture guy, so let's roll with Extreme Couture. Shout out to Eric Nixick, it's my boy. I'm gonna bet him every time. I don't even know if he's actually. I mean, they have 75 coaches there, so you never know who's actually coaching who. But
it's true.
Let's go Zellhuber TKO. How about Fernando Padilla versus Kyle Nelson? Not to be confused with Nick Nelson, where we both know. Fernando Padilla, I believe, is the favorite, right? Am I mistaken? Yeah, minus 250. Yeah, 265 to Kyle Nelson, who is, what's his nickname? That's right, the Monster. Kyle Nelson to you. He's coming off a win against Blake Builder and a draw to Doohoo Choi. So, what do we know about Fernando? What's his name? El Valiente.
Valiente.
He's coming off
fought once.
Yeah, that's right. He's coming off a win, to Julian Erosa. Took out Julian Erosa with a right hook early on in that fight.
Hey, man. I think if you get one clean shot, maybe 2 clean shots on Julian Erosa, you could put him down. Like, maybe bad. Like, down and out.
I'd say so, man. I mean, that guy seems like an auto KO these days. But what is the number here for Padilla? Padilla KO is plus 170. His inside the distance is minus 110. I guess he is a bit of a submission threat as well. He kind of does it all. He beat some guy named Cameron Graves on the regional scene.
Went to a split with Nate Richardson, who's not great, but also after that fight, Nate Richardson beat Diego Lopez in a split, which I thought he did not win. But LFA judges are, there's something. He did lose to Spike Carlisle not too long ago, and that's it's a bit of a red flag.
It was 4 years ago, though, so I'm not going to hold it against him all that much.
But, some of his losses, he lost to Dan Ige a while ago. Some of his losses, there's like a a pattern that is, he gets out grappled, he gets out wrestled. He's a long striker. He uses his reach pretty well, trades punches a lot. Doesn't really fight as smart as he should. Doesn't use his advantages to his advantage, I guess, if that makes sense. But he's a pretty good striker. I think he should probably be better than Kyle Nelson most places. But honestly, I would like to see if Kyle Nelson goes for grappling here. I don't think. Again, we're talking about fight IQ. I don't think Kyle Nelson's got the highest fight IQ either. He's also, I don't know how old he is, but he's getting older. Yeah, he's not too old, but he's fought a lot. He's taken, a lot of shots, just clean shots. He likes to brawl a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he took down Matt Sales, took down Doo-Ho Choi 5 times. Like, I feel like that could definitely be a path for him. I don't really know. A lot of unknowns in this fight, kind of like the Zell Huber fight. Like, I don't think we've really seen much from Padilla. He knocked out Erosa quickly. Maybe in another fight he loses a decision or he gets subbed by Julian Erosa. So I don't have a good grasp on him at this point. I kind of like him, but I don't love him as a prospect. I think he's definitely one to fade in the future. It could be this fight. Honestly, Kyle Nelson kind of has that underdog mentality. He kind of makes it a dog fight. He's tough. He likes to grind you out. I don't know if he was the underdog against Blake Builder. I feel like he was for some reason. But yeah, I think maybe this is a shot on Kyle Nelson. I'm not really sure yet.
Kyle Nelson was a plus 172 to up to 230 underdog in that fight,
and he's an even bigger underdog in this fight, right? So like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Kyle Nelson fan just from watching the fight. Obviously, he's from Canada. You know how I feel about Canadian fighters. So like, I don't know. I'm probably just going to stay away. Like, I have some other plays that I'm looking at.
I'm going Padilla inside the distance. I just think there's a big reach advantage for Mr. Padilla, and I think if he takes him down, he has enough subs on his record that it gives me confidence that he'll be able to maybe find something on the ground. So Kyle Nelson's been subbed and KO'd. Only subbed one time, but it wasn't. When was it? It wasn't all that long ago. 2019, Matt Sales arm triangled him, and he's been KO'd 2 times at the UFC level. So he's been finished. Three of his 4 losses in the UFC have been finishes. So I'm gonna count on him getting finished again. And that is the main card. Keep it moving to the prelims. Your girl, Lupita Godinez, against my girl, Elise Reed. So Elise Reed, I've tried to win money on her multiple times. She continually makes me look stupid, especially when she's getting rear naked choked by Luma Luke Buname. That was tough. But she did beat Jin Frey, and
tough fight.
What is the odds here, though? What do we have? Oh my God, Elise Reed is plus 330 to. Oh my God, one website, Bet Rivers, she's plus 575 to Loopy's minus 975 on that specific website, minus 425, 450 for the most part. But Ty, I don't like anything here, man. I mean, Loopy should win, but she seems like a decision, like just decision or bust. Yep. And I think she's obviously anyone that fights her is going to have the somewhat size advantage, but in this fight, not even really that much. It's just, what is if her decision is anything less than minus 200? That's probably is it?
I think it's plus 110.
Ooh, do you like that?
Yeah, I love that.
I think I might take that then.
She has a huge wrestling and grappling advantage, I think, here.
Maybe she fights her close. Out of here then, though. That's the only.
Yeah, maybe. But the problem is both of these women fight very close, splits, just boring fights. Elise Reed, just what's she good at? I guess she just she's like a one-dimensional kickboxer, but even then, she's not that good at it. So,
Corey McKenna.
I don't really know. She's 3-3 in the UFC, and her wins are complete shit. Corey McKenna, Melissa Martinez, Jin Frey, and they're all decisions. One was a split, so she's been finished in all 3 of her fights, all 3 of her losses, I should say, which kind of isn't like she's never lost a decision, which makes me very, very scared to bet Loopy decision because I mean Loopy shouldn't finish. She probably should finish her. Is the funny part. I mean, she only has 2 finishes in her career. and Elise Reed's never been finished, never lost a decision. So I'm like, man, this is just probably a fight that I'm going to bet. Whatever I bet is not going to hit.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel like an absolute moron for betting it. But, so, I mean, when's the last time Lupi got a finish? Fucking Silvana Gomez Juarez. And, she's abysmal on the ground. And Elise Reed is too, I guess. But she's more so, I feel like she just can't get up. It's not like you can just walk through her on the ground. I mean, she might be able to. But she's not a world-class jiu-jitsu practitioner. She's a world-class wrestler. Lupi is. So I got Lupi by decision. I like that as a good bet. Plus money, slight minus money, either way. I feel like that's maybe it should be higher. Maybe it should be like minus 150 or something like that. Like maybe the submission is going to be there. Like I could see that, but I think honestly, if it stays standing for a while, and Lupi has been prone to fight like an idiot sometimes, like Angela Hill, she just stayed standing the entire time. Even against Cynthia, she stayed standing a lot. So like, but if it does stay standing, like I think she could probably outpoint Elise Reed on the feet. So give me Lupi by decision. I like it.
Plus 110. I'm in there with you. I agree. I just look at a lot. I don't. This will be the fight that she finally does finish somebody, of course. But I mean, what she's decision, all decisions other than like you said, an armbar of Silvana Gomez Juarez, which I'm not going to sit here and act like that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. So. I'm going to keep it moving then. I go decision, but I am worried. I don't trust Elise Reed to not get submitted, but I'm not going to sit here and act like it's I don't know. I don't feel good about this, but I have to take it. I never feel good about betting the decision, though. That's just kind of my instinct. But Roman Kopylov getting in there against Josh Fremd, the Big Yins, but it's not his nickname anymore.
Not anymore.
It's unfortunate. I like the Big Yins.
After the Steelers got smoked, I guess he was like, yo, I got to drop this name.
Kopylov, though, he's coming off of a decimation of Claudio Ribeiro, right? Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. No,
he got dropped, I think, or hurt early in that fight.
Yeah, and then he just came out and just destroyed Mr. Ribeiro in that second round. The head kick just sent him into the shadow realm. What is the odds here? I don't have it right in front of me. There it is. Minus 325, 350 for Roman Kopylov to Josh Fremd's plus 260, 265. I don't like this. Is another fight. I do not like this whatsoever. It's Josh Fremd seems like he might be able to have a path to victory by taking him down. But is he going to be able to do that?
He's like 6'5", like 6'4", 6'5". So he's big, but he doesn't really have a reach advantage, I don't think. He hits hard. Like, I don't think we've seen it really much in the UFC, but he does hit hard. It's just that, he had a big upset, and then he had a big letdown spot right after. So now it's kind of a rebound spot. Like, is he going to, get flattened, or is he going to pull off another upset? I don't know, man. Like, I think both of these guys have some fraud, have some I don't know, I guess you can say I can see both of them choking in a fight, like, lose a fight that they were both winning. I feel like both of them are kind of front runners. But I feel like Kopylov's gotten a lot better. Where I don't know if Fremd's going to get that much better unless he like moves up and just turns into like a hulking light heavyweight or something. Like Kopylov has gotten better. The takedown defense has improved a little bit. He's got nasty body kicks. He's kind of low volume, but he's picked it up lately. His wrestling is sketchy. Again, I kind of worry about him getting off his back. Same with his cardio. I feel like that's kind of an issue for Kopylov. I feel like he's kind of, he's kind of a mess all around. But he, again, in the Puna fight, he turned things around, got a takedown even. Knocked down Claudio Ribeiro after getting hurt in first. The Dariah fight was a bit, wasn't the best look, and neither was the Carl Roberson fight. But again, of late, even against DiHerico, I think he knocked DiHerico down. He knocked him out in the third. So he's 3 finishes in a row. And, maybe he makes it 4. I think he might. I think he will. And I'm not going to bet it, though. I think there is some high variance in this fight. There's still some question marks on both sides. I don't think this is the best matchup for him, but as long as it stays standing, I think he's going to, he's shorter, but the reach isn't that bad. So I think he's probably going to end up smoking Josh Fremd, hurting him, but maybe not. So I'm going to stay away, but I think Kopylov wins and knocks him out.
Are you going to take that on the card, Ty?
No, I'm going to leave it off, but okay. I do feel kind of confident in it happening. I just don't want to. I have too many plays here,
I feel you. You have one, two, three, four, five.
I'm going for a mega whale.
Yeah.
I'm going for a mega whale play later in this. Actually, coming up next.
Oh boy, Daniel Lacerda. I already know that's your mega whale. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Actually, how about I kind of want to take Kopylov TKO as well. Like if this number is right for this TKO, then I think I might have to take it. Minus 125, 115. That's a lot of juice. It's a lot of juice, but I'm gonna take it. Kopylov
right,
TKO. I'm juiced up. Minus 115. You want to talk about plays? I was thinking how good my plays would probably be if I just played the ones I love as opposed to everything I kind of like, just betting that. But I mean, why not though? I mean, I'm not a coward. I can't. You know what though? Really, I figured it out. What infuriates me is when I like something, don't take it, and then it hits, and I'm like, I left one out
you're like,
there.
why the fuck did I bet Jin Fry knockout in the first round? God damn it.
You're like, I left one out there. But how about Edgar Chairez? Is that how you say that gentleman's name?
I believe so. Not to be confused with Eric Chavez.
No, great third baseman. He's fighting Daniel Lacerda. My heartburn is my heart's about to explode right now. I'm just fighting for my life too. Yeah, but Daniel Lacerda is he the first gentleman to never be cut after losing 4 straight?
Four knockout losses.
He's been knocked out. Knee bar. Yeah, he got knee barred once by Francisco Figueiredo, the sniper. But what?
That was such a bad one. I couldn't believe he lost.
That was bad. That was rough. Chairez is a minus 225, 230 favorite to Lacerda's plus 185. I already know where you're going here now that I've seen this line, so I'll let you take the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to win one of these. I really thought he had it last fight against Vergara. And Vergara's tough. Vergara's the best guy he's faced, and I feel like he knocked him down twice. He had him fucking dead to rights, and he just couldn't do it. And then he lasted pretty long. He almost went to the third round. I can't believe it. My boy's really developing before my eyes, but he might not be for long. And a lot of people are like, why the fuck is he getting a 5th fight? If he goes 0-5 with 5 finish losses, it would be the biggest, stain on the UFC. I'm like, bro, listen, CM Punk was in the UFC.
Yeah, nobody really cares about Lacerda, dude.
Yeah, the reason he's getting fights is because he's exciting. Nobody wants to see who just fought. Nobody wants to see Mr. Chuck Buffalo fight 5 times in the UFC, all right? Especially, with the slurs that he's throwing out there.
Yeah.
Daniel Lacerda is fucking action. He's kill or be killed. The truest of the true definitions of that. High-level technique, looks very dynamic and special, but then he just falls off hard, very hard. I don't know if it's a cardio. I don't know if it's a mental thing. He trains with those guys in Shoot the Box, and, a lot of them have some similarities, but not. I wouldn't say a lot of them are mentally weak or necessarily cardio dumb for how fucking explosive and quick and frantic they all fight. You know what I mean? I feel like Oliveira. He's fought so many times. I feel like his cardio isn't complete shit. In comparison to other fighters. Same thing with Lima and all those. The guy that just fought Dos Santos. He's 22, 23. He looked good against Kopp in the 3rd round. So I don't know what it is with Mr. Lacerda da Silva. Maybe it was because he went by Da Silva and now he's strictly Daniel Lacerda. I think that might be it.
Could be.
So, yeah, Chairez, I don't know. He was the guy who fought. He was the guy who fought a guy, and he subbed him for 2 minutes. Remember that? The worst ref ever. He just let him put him in an armbar for a minute, and then he put him in a choke, and then he broke his arm, and then he woke up after. Do you remember that?
I do not.
The one, oh man, it was the worst. I don't know how you don't remember. This guy, so it was Chairez. He had him in an armbar or a choke.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, yes.
He had him in an arm triangle choke, and the guy went to sleep. And and the ref was like, "No, we're good. We're gonna let it go." And then he transitioned to an armbar, broke his arm, which woke the guy up, and then he tapped.
Yeah, the guy was like, "Wait, what happened?" What?
He wakes up to he's like, first off, I wasn't in this position before, and now my arm's dangling.
Yeah, he's like, wait, my arm feels bad, man. What happened?
And the ref's just looking at me like, hey, man,
you gonna tap, bro? What was that? That was on the Contenders here, or on the
no,
regional
it was
scene?
it was in what the fuck was the organization called? Beat the Bull.
Oh boy.
I think it was Fury FC. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's right. Gianni Vasquez, Kryptonita.
Yeah, that poor fucking guy. I guarantee he hasn't fought since.
He has.
Has he? Oh wow.
He's got a win against Narak Afghanian.
All right.
I don't know who that gentleman is, but
yeah. But Chara's people are like, yeah, he did really well against Tatsuro Taira as a big underdog. Like he hit him hard once in the first round, then he had him mount a guillotine at the very end of the third. That's it. Like he had two little moments of success. He was also losing that fight where he tapped that Gianni guy out. Fun fact. Yeah, he's typical Mexican warrior, but he's low volume. He does throw hard. I guess he has some like opportunistic submissions. But again, I think that success he had against Tatsuro Taira was very overblown. I don't think he's good at all. Honestly, he's tough and all, but I don't think he's going to give Lacerda problems, to be honest. I mean, obviously, if he leaves the first round or leaves the first couple minutes, word to Terrence McKinney, I think maybe Lacerda just falls off and dies, But listen, Daniel Lacerda will get a UFC win. I will be there no matter what. Daniel Lacerda, inside the distance, send me home, baby.
I can't find this on here. I don't know what the odds are.
They know it. They know it's happening. Yep.
If I did,
I want to say. Let me look.
Yeah, if you can find it. I mean, I don't understand why it's not on here, but
they're scared, dude. They're scared to lose the house.
They probably took it down. It didn't get canceled or anything, right? I didn't hear anything in relation to that.
Know.
That would be upsetting.
No,
you know what it is? Because De Silva. But
you're looking for De Silva. It's listed as De Silva.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for De Silva, and it's on here. But the
plus 250.
Plus 250 for what? Is that inside the distance?
Yeah.
Whoo! I like that.
You better.
I like that. I'm gonna go inside the distance. You know, it's funny. They're only labeling on this website the Charez odds, and so I'm gonna go. I'll just take the 250. Lacerda inside the distance. You taking that as well? That's your mega whale play of the night. Mini whale play, some people would say.
Yeah.
And we keep it moving. 250. I like that. 250. We have a couple of nice little plays here today.
We're gonna be rich, I think.
Or we'll just kind of have to come back next week and do the same thing.
Or we'll be broke.
We'll be broke trying to hit that Tesla parlay. We're gonna try and give it another shot again next week. But
yeah.
Your girl's getting back in there, man. Tracy Cortez.
This fight's buried on the prelims, right?
Buried. Well, I mean, it's because she's fighting Jasmine Josevicius, who...
they're both hot right now. And Tracy is hot.
Well, okay. I know where you were going with that, but...
These are ranked fight. I mean, dude, they're fighting below fucking Edgar Charez and Daniel Lacerda.
Oh, I'm with you. But they know this one's probably going to be boring.
Come on. You think it's gonna be boring? I feel like there's no way this fight is more boring than Elise Reed.
Well, that's true. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. They love Loopy, but I guess it's just because. I mean, I don't know. I guess because she's not actually born in Mexico. Yeah, just like
bullshit. We're not even in Mexico.
Yeah, well, UFC Noche, but I don't like this at all. I really don't. There's not. I mean, it's kind of an even. I would like to bet Tracy, but isn't there a possibility she gets taken down and just kind of held down? So that seems like the path that Jasmine's going to use to win. Yeah. That's what she does to everybody that she wins against. So, what is she? 4-1, 3-1 in the UFC, 3-1 in the UFC, all decisions. Hasn't really threatened much. And Tracy Cortez is kind of. She's been very trustworthy in the UFC, it seems, but also a decision fighter. So,
not if your name's Brian Ortega.
Well, then he's got to say, you can't fumble nothing if you pass it off or whatever the thing he was saying was. But yeah, listen, I don't like anything here, and I don't know if the fight goes to decision is minus 400. So I don't think I'm going to bet anything here.
I want to take a money line, one of them. I want to ride with Tracy, but I did just see that she had a mental health issue. That's why she pulled out of the. Wasn't she supposed to fight
Amanda Hebos?
Yeah, so that kind of worries me. I hope she's got it together. I mean, anytime I follow her on Instagram, she looks like she's always having fun. She's always smiling, always training. Like she's always in an upbeat mood, and she seems dedicated. I like her. I like her wrestling and her control when she's on top. I think her striking has improved. I think she's the better striker here. But Jasmine is, she's tall, she's long. I don't think Tracy's ever fought somebody this size, really. And Jasmine she just is a dog, man. She just really has that dog in her. And I know Tracy hasn't lost in the UFC, but this could be her first L, man. Everybody has to take that first L in the UFC, that is. Jasmine's was to Natalia Silva, and look how she's bounced back from that one, But look who she's fought. Kay Hansen, Gabriela Fernandez, Miranda Maverick. Just, she beat Julia Pilastri, who just won on the Contender Series. Yep. She beat her on the Contender Series, but she also lost to Elise Reed in CFFC, and Elise Reed was like in her second pro fight.
Yeah, that's one of the worst losses on a Contender. Or just I don't know. That's not so, when you look back, it ain't good.
Yeah, not good. But I think this is gonna be a very close fight. I think it's gonna be a split decision, and I'm gonna take Tracy Cortez to win this fight. I'm gonna bet her money line, and I think she gets it done. I think she's gonna have the edge in striking. I think she might be able to get her own takedowns and get her own top time. I do worry about what happens in the later part of the fight, but I think she's going to maybe have a good lead up until then. We'll see. It's going to be a fight I'd probably be like, damn it, shouldn't have bet this because I don't know who's going to win. And maybe bet the underdog in a fight like this. I don't know, but
it's not really even enough to worry about. That's the thing. It's not even. It's really kind of an even money sort of situation. You got Tracy Cortez money line minus 120 here. So Charlie Campbell, didn't he get eliminated and he got sent to the Shadow Realm on the Contender Series, right?
He did.
By Chris Duncan. Yeah, that's.
He sure did. But I'll say
that
before he got sent to the Shadow Realm,
that was a rough go, man. I believe he had hurt Mr. Duncan at one point, and then he bounced back, and then he just got cooked. This is Charlie Campbell. There was like a rough story about him on the Contender Series, right? Like, didn't he have some sort of, I don't know, like a medical thing or something? They were labeling it on there, and I was like, oh man, this is rough. And then of course it's usually the most UFC thing ever for like last week on the Contender Series, that poor Mr. Cunningham. He's getting fed dog food. They're shooting him up steroids, and that guy took one of the worst beatings I've seen on that show in a long time. So they
don't really have. You don't see standing knockouts that much when they're in the center of the cage, center of the ring. If they're backed up against the ring and the ring is holding them up, sure. But you're just standing out in the middle, Chris Matinho style. That's what Mark Smith's like. All right, dude, you can't just do this. You can't just. I'm not going to let you do this, bro. Go back to the fucking PEDs, but. Yeah, I'm not sure about Campbell, but
I think he was going to quit. There was something along the lines of he got hurt. So it was something, but it's just, hey, listen.
He got hurt by Chris Duncan. That's
he definitely got hurt by Chris Duncan.
He reminds me of a young Clay Collard is who he kind of reminds me of. He's like very kill or be killed, but he's got really crisp hands, really good boxing. And he lost that fight, went to a grappling match, won that, and then he had another fight in CFFC, kind of just a warm up. And he fucking smoked that guy, that poor guy. So he's fighting Dominic Rice's older brother here, Alex Reyes, the Executioner.
Are you being serious? Is this actually his older brother?
Yes, this is his older brother. He hasn't fought in, I want to say, 6 years.
Yeah, 2017, he lost to Mike Perry. He got knocked out.
Yeah, it was on short notice, and he fought up. So, nothing wrong with that. But he did get eliminated. Now, long layoffs don't really end well, right? Nick Diaz, 6 years, he looked like shit. Matt Wyman took 5 years off. He looked like fucking shit. So the reason he had all this time off, he got a stem cell injection that had E. coli in it, and that resulted in a spinal infection that left him without the ability to walk for, I think, like 4 or 5 months. And he needed 5 months of 4 infusions per day to get better. And then eventually worked his way up. The tech company that he got this injection from has suddenly vanished ever since, so that's good. So yeah, that's what happened to him. And he was 30 and lost pretty much his entire prime. And I don't know how you come back and fight after this. I just don't. I know it's tougher to go through that journey than to fight, but it's also tough to fight after that journey. And it's just not. He's going to get smoked.
This is one of the easier. I mean, now that you said that, this is one of the easier ones that I've ever heard or seen. I mean,
yeah. I mean, this is it's kind of crazy. I feel like they might be doing Dominic a favor. He gets called out when he's like, huh? He still doesn't know where he is from that Ryan Spann job. Come on. So he says, how about you have my brother fight? He hasn't fought in 6 years. And they're like, oh, okay. He was almost a vegetable. It's like, all right, sure.
Oh, come on, man.
The Reyes family has had some fucking, they've had some troubles. I'll say that. But I just don't see. We haven't seen the guy fight in 6 years, and he was on short notice moving up against Mike Perry, who at the time was a surging prospect. So, what? I don't know. He's not going to be the same fighter he was 6 years ago or 7 years ago when he was winning.
Who the hell knows what he looks like now? I mean,
I have a lot of questions. I'm actually very interested to see how this fight takes place, just so I can see how he looks off of a huge layoff like that. I think it's 6 years exactly. Yeah, his last fight was Mike Perry, September 16th, 2017. This is September 16th, 2023. That's kind of crazy. He has a bunch of knockouts and submissions. He never won a decision. So that's interesting. What's the I want to put under 1.5. It's probably huge. What about maybe under a half of a round?
I got one for you, Ty.
I feel like that. I mean, there's not. Dude, Charlie Campbell's like minus 250 in the first round. Minus 350 inside the distance. Good Christ.
TKO round 1 is plus 105.
All right.
That's my play.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing we can do here. Under half a round is plus 220 for whatever it's worth. Yeah, I like Charlie Campbell TKO round 1 plus 110. I mean, he's gonna fucking decimate this guy. Like he has really good boxing, really good uppercut. Like it's so crazy because I don't understand how Chris Duncan ate some of those punches. Like there was one uppercut he kind of leaned into, sat down and ate it, and I don't know how he didn't go down. He just kind of was fine, and then the only reason I think Campbell got knocked out, he got hit with a straight right that sat him down, and then he took one ground and pound shot, and he was out cold. And I think the reason that happened was he didn't see it. Those are the worst ones, right? The ones you don't see coming. He thought he had this guy cooked, dead to rights, rushes in there and gets fucking just hit with a quick shot, and that was it. That was it.
Bad.
I don't know if he's chinny. I think he just got hit with a fucking beautiful shot when he least expected it. So this guy Reyes, they call him the executioner. It seemed like he almost got executed. So I don't know. Maybe he has good hand. Maybe he has good striking. I mean, he has a bunch of finishes, so I have to imagine that's what he was good at. But I just think, he lost his entire prime. So yeah, I'm with you with Mr. Campbell here. The Brits need a win. We need something.
I mean, he looks like fucking Gegard Mousasi though in this picture.
He kind of does, yeah.
Dude. 6 years is a long time to be out of the cage, and then expect to come back, and you're fighting a guy who's not exactly a layup. Yeah, I mean, this is. Of course, Alex Reyes is probably going to sub him in the first round. It's going to be one of the greatest comebacks of all time. But Charlie Campbell, round 1 TKO. You got 5 minutes to get him out of there, buddy. So I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, that's enough time.
Like you said, kill or be killed. I watched him fight in that first round, that Contender Series fight, and he did fight like the fight was only 1 round. So I do like that.
I think Reyes was supposed to fight Natan Levy and Trevor Peek.
Yeah, thank God he didn't fight Trevor Peek for his own sake. Trevor Peek would have killed him.
Dude, that would have been a fucking meme fest. I was going to say that. I think there was something I was going to say, and then I quickly left. Oh, Alex Reyes, very cursed name. The pitcher, Alex Reyes, has had 5 shoulder elbow operations. The Dodgers signed him for 1 year this year, and he hasn't pitched all year, and he's not going to pitch next year, and he didn't pitch last year.
That's tough, man.
I think the name Alex Reyes is completely cursed, and Chuck Campbell will get this first round W.
Not to be confused with Chuck Buffalo. Josephine Knutson. Knutson is getting in there against Marnik Mann. That's right. The sawed-off savage, ladies and gentlemen. She is 5 foot on a good day. On her tippy toes. She is very small. Very small. She trains out of, that's right, Montana Mixed Martial Arts.
Yeah.
In Bozeman, Montana. So that...
I'm good.
I don't want to be that guy, man, but I am going to be that guy. What, this should be I don't even know much about it other than her Contender Series. Yeah, this shouldn't even be in, like, this is a horrible, horrible fight to start the card off with.
Who else? I wonder who else trains with her. Gage, the gangly gangster Saunders. Okay.
She somehow has a reach advantage in this fight, though.
That is pretty crazy. I think she didn't have a big reach disadvantage against Bruno Brazil, but she got killed. She got sawed off. She got hit with a sawed off shotgun.
Oh, come on.
Just because she is a sawed off human, because she's like half of one, you know. And ever since that fight, she fought Amber Brown, who I believe was in my English class sophomore year. Yeah, Amber the Bully Brown. Yeah.
Listen, what are we doing? I'm not taking anything here. I
don't think there's anything to take. I don't know if Knutson decision is anything.
If it's even worth it. Decision is minus 100, plus 100, plus 107.
Knutson decision plus 105. I'm in.
You want to go decision?
I'm kind of scared actually because she did
kill this girl.
She did head kick the girl she fought in the Contender Series right away, like a minute in. She fucking smoked her with a head kick. But then after that, she just hugged and clinched, and that's why she didn't get a contract. But you know, who got head kicked into the 15th dimension was Mark McMahon. So yeah, I'm glad you talked me off that ledge quickly. I'm gonna stay away, but I'm very excited to see Mark McMahon lose.
And that is UFC Noche from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. I hope you are all so excited to watch that. Not in Mexico. And do we have any boxing to talk about before we get out of here? I don't believe so, right? I mean, I think it's just
there's a bunch. Like I think so. It's all tonight, which is kind of confusing. And everybody wants to go head to head.
Oh, you did say you talked about that on Tuesday.
But I think the only thing of note is Joet Gonzalez will be fighting Luis Alberto Lopez. Was it 126? I think. Yeah, 126. Joet Gonzalez pretty good. He's only lost to Shakur Stevenson, Emmanuel Navarrete, and Isaac Dogbe in a fight that was very close. Big underdog in this fight. Luis Alberto Lopez is minus 700, I think. El Venado, very, very good fighter, man. I love this whole division and both these guys. Alberto Lopez coming off of decimation of Michael Conlon.
Oh, wow.
Smoked him. I also beat Josh Warrington in the fight before that.
Has anybody woken him up yet?
He's kind of doing the Dom Reyes thing. Like, huh? What happened?
Come on, man.
Poor Dominic Reyes. I really don't want to lay into him too much. I mean, I guess, after this weekend, we can just make fun of his brother. But, yeah, Alberto Lopez is pretty nasty, man. Like, he's been winning. I think the only last time he lost was Ruben Villa. And Ruben Villa, I believe, is also on this undercard. He's fighting Brandon Valdez. Yeah, he is on this undercard. So I think Top Rank has a pretty good card here. They're going to go pretty much head-to-head with Showtime. They're doing like a Showbox card, which is kind of fun. It's not big names, but it's good fights, I guess. And DAZN. DAZN has a card for whatever reason. Nobody really knows what's going on over there. But, Adrian Broner, his famous trainer, Mike Stafford, he died, I think, a couple weeks ago, but I forgot to mention it. So shout out to that. RIP Mike Stafford. Great, great boxing coach and trainer. Again, he's the one who got Adrian Broner on the right path before he veered off of it again. Jamel Herring, also the guy who was, I think he was in the Navy SEAL, and then he became a boxer and won a couple belts. So RIP to him. We also have some Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul coming up. I know you're excited for that. That's like a month away.
Yeah, it's not a month away, though. I could care less.
But Dylan Dennis getting sued by Logan Paul's wife, right? I believe,
yes.
For basically revenge porn and sexual harassment, pretty much.
That's what it seems like.
Could he get pulled from the fight? And we have Mike Perry, Logan Paul. Oh, I know you'd be excited for that one.
Honestly, I kind of would, but
Logan Paul would get fucking smoked by Mike Perry.
He should.
Mike Perry would put him in a body bag.
I also saw a video of him telling Floyd to relax during their exhibition. So, I truly don't care. I think they're all. I've now realized all their shit is fake. So yeah, I don't.
It's something. Also, it's been almost 5 years since Conor and Khabib. So if you don't feel old, I hope now you do. Time is pretty much a flat circle.
And remember, Mick
5
Conlon,
years.
it's not good when you have next to your name, lost straight right. Conlon fell out of ring unconscious in the 12th round. So, same with Bernard Hopkins. I'm sure he has that on his thing. Oh!
Which fight? Which fight was that?
The Joe Smith, I'm pretty sure. Isn't that who it was?
No. When Mick Conlon fought, was it?
Lee Wood.
Lee Wood. Oh my God. Yes, I remember that. I completely forgot until. Oh my God. Because we clown. Oh mate, he's off the ring.
He's no. You gotta do the Roy Jones. He's out the ring. He fell out the ring. And you're, oh man, I know we talk about this shit all the time.
2, 3. Give him the countdown like he's a fucking.
They count to 20,
WWE.
dude. I didn't realize that when you fall out of the ring, they count to 20.
Yeah, they give you 10 extra seconds.
WWE
as if,
shit. Yeah, like he's gonna get back in
you
there.
just sustained at the age of 59 when you smashed your head on the camera well, and then you smashed your back on the ground. I feel like there's additional 10 seconds might not be enough.
Well, I mean, it kind of woke him up. He was like, "Wait." He's like,
"Where am I?" Joe Smith's just like, "Did I kill him? Is he dead?"
He's just laying there like, "Yo, what? How did I end up here, man? What happened?"
He's like sitting with his legs like up in the air with a cameraman just putting a camera in his face. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm glad he called it quits, and I'm glad I'm about to call it quits because that is the.
We gotta call it quits.
That's the Shoulder Strikes MMA podcast. Yeah, poor Alex Reyes. Good luck there this weekend, man. That's my best bet. Thank God that you're here to tell me some of this information that it slips through the cracks for me. And
yeah, if you would have came to me and be like, "Yo, I think I'm gonna bet on this Alex Reyes guy," I would be like, "Bro,
wait till I tell you this."
You better not even wait. You better not even bet on him to make it to his 37th birthday.
I would have just seen him not fight in 6 years and been like, okay, yep.
Yeah, that's a long time. Never happened.
But
prison sentence maybe. Also, one quick thing.
Sure.
What do you think about the welterweights not being active? Leon Edwards hasn't fought in 6 months. 6 months. Kamaru Usman 6 months. Covington a year and 6 months. Bilal 4 months. Hamzat a year and 8 months. That was at welterweight. That was his last welterweight fight. Burns 4 months, Shavkat 6, Wonderboy 9, Jeff Neal 6, Sean Brady 11. Vicente Luque is the only one who has fought recently.
It's just a joke. I don't get it, and I don't understand what the fear is for some of these guys not to just like, hey, like why? If I'm Sean Brady, why wouldn't I want to fight Jeff Neal or something like that? I mean, all of them sit on their spot and they go, well, I'm not fighting somebody below me. And that just turns into nobody fighting anybody because somebody has to fight someone below them to make a fight happen. They should just eliminate the numbers.
Yeah, also just strip the champion. I don't believe in that. Like, I don't think Leon Edwards is necessarily at fault, but like he's been an inactive fighter for a good part of his career. I think he's had really bad luck. You know, COVID really fucked everything up. He couldn't even leave the country. But when Dana White forces Aljo to fight a couple months after he fights, and he's like, pretty much telling him like, yo, I don't think I can be healed up. He wants to rush Volkanovski, he wants to rush Strickus, and this whole division has taken a half of a year off. At least Kamaru Usman's, all this division does is tweet. That's all they do. Bilal Muhammad, Twitter fingers. Kamaru Usman, honestly, he's been in Twitter fingers ever since losing to Leon twice. Leon, whatever, like, I guess I'll kind of give him a pass because, like, who the fuck is he supposed to fight? I guess Bilal is the fight to make just because what's Colby doing?
It sounds like they want to do Colby, but, like, there's all, like, why hasn't it been made yet? That's what I don't understand.
I thought they were waiting until the end of the year, but the end of the year is booked up, man. Like, John Jones and Connor are coming back, possibly. So, like, are we going to schedule this for early 2024 when some of these guys haven't fought since 2022? Like, Sean Brady, like, I know, what's he been doing? We were going to smash him against JDM. So, I don't know.
That's it for me, man. That's all I got. Yeah. I gave my all today. My name is Matt McSweeney.
Disruptions, if you will.
What's your name?
My name is Ty Capone.
This has been the Shoulder Strikes MMA podcast, and as always, Ty's going to give us some words of advice.
As always, do not bet on a fighter from Montana.